A grand jury indicts a former teacher accused of sexual abuse. We have more on the charges he now faces.
We'll show you how one county is dealing with a shortage of salt in the middle of all this winter weather.
A crime alert today as a Lexington pharmacy deals with a break-in for at least the 5th time in recent years.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon, Jennifer Palumbo and Amber Philpott reporting. More charges today for a former teacher accused of sexually abusing children.
A Fayette County grand jury indicted William Hyatt on several counts dating all the way back to the 70s and 80s. WKYT Sam Smith is tracking this case. It's our top story at 4:30.
I talked with state police earlier today. They've been handling this investigation. Earlier this month, William Hyatt was indicted on 4 counts of first-degree sexual abuse by a Harrison County grand jury. Accusations made to police allege that Hyatt sexually abused a child under the age of 12 on 4 separate occasions between 1979 and 1981. Yesterday, Hyatt was indicted by a Fayette County grand jury for sexual abuse and sodomy of a child. Police say the same child was victimized in both the Harrison and Fayette County cases. Investigators have not detailed the relationship between Hyatt and the victim. We've learned that Hyatt was a teacher in Harrison County from '92 to 1998. He also reportedly had ties to the Big Brother Big Sister program. Officials there can't confirm or deny that he volunteered there. They say they have a zero-tolerance policy for matters like this. Investigators say there could be other victims out there. If so, they'd like them to come forward.
And we want to seek justice for the victims and closure for them and their families.
Hyatt could face more charges as this investigation unfolds. In Harrison County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Hyatt will be arraigned in Harrison and Fayette counties during the first week of March.
More snow fell to our south and east overnight. The constant waves of winter weather have started to take a toll on the salt supplies in some counties. Erica Glover shows us how they're in need of more salt in Letcher County.
For 17 years, Scott Lewis says he's been plowing these roads.
It's just a repetitive process. Sometimes it's a little hard to catch up, but we're about on top of it now.
About 3 inches of snow fell in Letcher County Thursday morning, keeping road crews busy.
Just get all the excess out of the way, peel all the slush off so it won't freeze back, just get everything cleaned up and hope it don't happen again.
At the State Highway Garage, Superintendent William Smallwood says they've used about 1,500 tons of salt.
Every day we get it cleaned off, we're right back at it again in a few days.
He says it's all about planning ahead.
The night crew kept the roads open, the day crew comes in and they clean the shoulders back and widen the roads up, clean the mediums.
Doing their best to clean up the roads and prepare for what's next.
That was Erica Glover reporting. Letcher County schools have had so many snow days, they've already canceled spring break to make them up.
We are tracking the search for the burglar behind a break-in at a pharmacy. It happened about 2:30 this morning at the C&C Pharmacy on Maple Leaf Drive off Man o' War here in Lexington. Police say someone pried open a door and broke into locked cabinets to steal drugs. The owner tells us this is at least the 5th time his store has been broken into in recent years. Lexington police are also looking for the man who robbed a gas station overnight. Police say the man had a gun and was wearing a ski mask over his face when he held up the clerk at the Speedway on Winchester Road at 7th Street. They say he took off down Detroit Avenue after stealing some money. No one was hurt in an overnight house fire in Lincoln County. It started around 4 this morning on Cotton Avenue. The Stanford Fire Department posted these pictures of the scene. It's not clear how that fire started.
Closing arguments have started in the trial of a Kentucky mother accused of poisoning her son with salt. Lacey Spears is accused of giving her 5-year-old son salt through a feeding tube in order to make him sick. He died while they were living in New York last year. In his final statement, Spears' lawyer said the boy's medical treatment killed him, not Spears. Spears moved to Scottsville, Kentucky in Allen County shortly after the boy's death. A Kentucky teenager at the center of a nationwide manhunt is telling his story on national television. Yesterday's episode of Dr. Phil featured a one-on-one interview with Dalton Hayes. Hayes and his 13-year-old girlfriend Cheyenne Phillips went on the run from Grayson County last month. They were found nearly 2 weeks later in Florida. Hayes says he wants people to know that he didn't run off with Phillips to hurt her. He says he did it to keep her safe.
Because not only then did I love her, but today I still love her. I want people to know that I didn't do it against her will. I did not force her to leave. She's the one who said that she was running, and I could not let her go by herself.
Hayes' attorney was present during the interview. He advised his client on several occasions not to answer Dr. Phil's questions, advice that Hayes often ignored. Hayes has pleaded not guilty to numerous charges, including burglary and rape. You've probably heard of children reading to dogs as a form of therapy, but what about a dog who can actually read?
Connie Leonard introduces us to a woman who trains dogs to read just like you and I.
Stay. Okay, Mia. Jump. Jump. Yeah.
Not your average day at the Brown School.
Weave. Weave.
Mia, a smart and creative mini Australian Shepherd, found the right place to let her creativity shine alongside trainer Maureen Ward.
Who wants to mix my words up just to show that it's not in order?
Once cards are shuffled, the magic begins. The first word for Mia, high five.
What's this say? Good. Mia, what's this say? Come on. Good job.
From shame,
hold it. Good.
To bang, she's dead. Wave, down, spin, and roll.
Good job.
The dog can read. Mia is quickly the most popular girl at school, and if you think she's just gifted, Ward says she can teach any dog in 4 weeks, even the most energetic, like Beethoven-esque, Bauer. The Bernese Mountain Dog proves he's much more than a looker. Here's his grizzly bear.
Yes, yes, good job.
Break dance.
Break dance, break dance.
The big boy waves to
shame.
Bauer's got shame, but is loved.
Who's your best friend? Good job. People don't even realize what they can do.
So how does Ward do it? She begins with a vocal command, like sit. The dog learns a hand signal for that word. Eventually, the dog recognizes corresponding bold letters.
What's this say? There you go.
The usual reaction?
I can't believe it.
Dogs learn letters much like humans.
Same thing with basically taking your letters and spelling them out and being able to say, okay, my SP is my spin, where my S is just my sit.
After training for 30 years, Ward loves nothing more than the response to reading.
That's my favorite part of the job.
I thought it was awesome. I think the kids really enjoyed it.
They're good readers?
Yeah.
Were you surprised?
Yeah.
As for Mia, her work is her religion.
This is new for her. Always still learning. And pray. Hold it. Good, pray.
Great story there. Connie Leonard reporting. Underprivileged children will have a chance to visit the Newport Aquarium and learn about marine life. Newport on the Levee has given the Newport Aquarium $10,000 to fund the field trips and classes. The aquarium's nonprofit partner foundation is handling the money. To date, the charity has helped more than 20,000 students from Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky visit the aquarium. More colleges and universities are taking a second look at security, what they're doing to make their campuses safer next.
A little bit of light snow beginning to press back into parts of the Bluegrass. Say we'll track that on Live First Alert Defender ahead and also look toward the first few days of an ugly start to March in just a moment.